Welcome. So, is the Western way of life, would that be good for every country in the world, regardless of race? What do you think? What is the Western way? Well, capitalism, mostly. It's about making money, the almighty buck. And it's a pretty good idea, you know, if you want to get on and that, you can get money. But has it gone too far? Now, there's not really any honor, much. It's all about making money. Keeping that promise to somebody, or taking their money and run. A lot of people take the money and run now. It's become too greedy now. Too much about the dollar, too much about the money, and not enough about humans. Now I know who the Western people out there, I mean, I'm sort of Westernized, obviously. Some of you look at these other countries like, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or other countries like that, and think, you know, they want to get into the, you know, the Western way of life. But do they? Is it so much better? Everybody seems to have lost their values, and now it's just about money. But when somebody's laying on a bed dying, they can have loads of money. What are they going to do with it now? Money can't save you. Maybe only then do they realize money wasn't that important. Sure, we need money. We need money to survive. So, the Western world way of life, is that really how it would work in Japan? Maybe China? You see, Japan and China have something. They have what they call honor. And honor cancels out everything else, including money. They will die for their honor, as we saw in the war. They have honor and tradition that goes back thousands of years. They still have that. They use that in their work ethics. They do work for money, of course, but they have pride as well. Something that's very, very much lacking in the Western world. What seems to me to be is that if a person has more money, they're obviously more important than this other person. This is how it goes, right? I mean, look at England, you know, years and years and years ago. It was a number one place for class distinction. You had people with money, and you had people that didn't have any money. And they were the poor people, and they were the lower class. And they were talked down to. You heard these people, these English people from years ago. They used to talk like that, didn't they? And they made that up to show that they had money and they were better than the people that didn't have money. Right? Couldn't be further from the truth, could it? I bet these people with money, well, a lot of them were right. Oh, you know. And in the army in England, years and years ago, you could buy your way in as a captain. You didn't have to be a private or anything. You could buy your way in as a captain if you had enough money. What makes somebody with a bit more money more competent to be a captain than somebody else? You know, sending men into dangerous places, sending them to their death. Just because he had money in his family didn't mean to say he made a good captain. But that's the way it was in those days. Has it really changed that much? You see, the thing is that Western way of life used to be the best way, really. But not anymore, I don't think. I'm not advocating for anybody to, you know, go anywhere else or anything, but it's certainly lost its shine, hasn't it? People have become far too greedy, and they've lost honor, and they lost one more important thing: class. People don't seem to have any class anymore. If you look back many, many years, people had class. It's not something you could buy. You just had it. Doesn't seem to be much of it around anymore. What do you people think? Yeah, this is just on a side note here. And I know everybody's saying MGTOW, men going their own way and all that. And, you want to put a name on it, it's up to you, of course. But I was thinking you could say another thing about MGTOW. My God, those obnoxious women. See, that's MGTOW too. See that? It's pretty good. Hey, see ya.